Right, so today's first meal is going to be a little lighter, a little more simple than the other meals. 250, 260 grams of just berries and 8 ounces of steak. So, I mean, it's pretty good. I'm pretty hyped, pretty excited. It's super simple just because I wanted to have berries, but I don't want to get my fat intake up. Oh, that is my laundry. It is ready. But I don't want to get my fat intake super high so early. So, because I have a feeling I might do something yummy a little later. And carbs and fats, I've been noticing that they tend to be they go hand in hand. Not one and the same, but they go hand in hand. So if I want to have something yummy, it's going to have a lot of fats and a lot of carbs. But needless to say, that right there is only not even 400, it's 387 calories. So I'm definitely going to be hungry very soon. It's 44 grams of protein, 26 grams of carbs, and only 4 grams of fat, really. So that's really just coming from the steak. So, and you know, this is going to be pretty delish. Triple berry blend and what is it? Top round sirloin, or what is the other one? London broil steak. But that is what it is. And if you hear that sound in the background, don't mind that sound. That is just the potatoes that I'm cooking up right now in the air fryer, getting them ready for later. So I definitely want to have some potatoes later. But they take like 20 minutes in the air fryer. They're the little ones, so we'll see how they turn out after 20 minutes. I've got about 6 more minutes or so. But this is the first meal. Gonna get this down, and I will see you guys for the second meal this time for sure. I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, meal number 2. This one is definitely a little heftier, but we've got these potatoes that I threw in the air fryer earlier, so that's nice. We've got 300 grams of, what is this, like golden potatoes. We've got almost 8 ounces of steak. It was like 7.97, so it was almost 8. And then we've got 40 grams. Yeah, it was supposed to be 50, but I cut this and it was 40, and I didn't want to try and guesstimate the other 10 grams, so stuck with the 40. 300 grams here, and the 8 ounces of steak, putting me at 114 grams of protein for the day, 104 grams of carbs, and 28 grams of fat. Yeah, those carbs are gonna be real filling, and it's a lot of food, and it's not that many calories, which is crazy. So this was most of what I bought. The bag came with 1.25 pounds, and yeah, there's probably, I don't know, maybe 100 grams left, which is just like maybe 6 potatoes of these guys. So gonna figure that out later. But for now, I'm gonna get this down, gonna hit the gym after, and I will see you guys. I will see you guys for meal number 3. All right, I did not think that my last meal was gonna be this crazy, but being that I had, was that 8 and 8, 16, about 16 ounces, it was a pound. I had a pound of steak, lean steak, so that got me to like 100 and, I don't know, I think like 130 grams of protein. But I mean, and my total for the day is 150. But when I tell you that, hold on, let me just put it in perspective. When I tell you I didn't know I was gonna be eating this much damn rice for my last meal, this is crazy. So this is 150. Let's see, what do we got? 175 grams of rice, uncooked, now it's cooked, obviously, so it's obviously more. This is 175 grams. We've got 100 and 145 grams of queso fresco because I didn't really have any fats earlier. So I'm just kind of getting it in now. You know, gotta get the macros in for the end of the night. And yeah, this is crazy. At least it'll go down. That's one thing to note, that having 300 grams of potatoes is calorie friendly. It is not time friendly. That I was having such a hard, it looked delicious and it was delicious, but I was having such a hard time trying to just get all those potatoes down. And then the steak too. I think if I would have had something, I don't even know what would have made that better. Maybe ground beef, something a little like the protein that would have been a little easier to pass and digest, as opposed to the steak where it's like I gotta tear into it, chew it. The ground beef I could just, you know, and then because you've also got the potatoes that you gotta sit there, you gotta chew. Steak, you gotta sit there and chew. So it just took a while to eat, and it's one of those things where it's just like, oh my god, I just want to finish this. Like, I just want this shit to be done so I can move on with my day. But this should go down fairly easy. And then I threw some of the seasoning on there to give me some flavor. But yeah, this is crazy. And then obviously we've got electrolytes here. Make sure you get your electrolytes in. Turns out I was dehydrated as shit this last weekend. Yeah, which is why, like on Wednesday, Thursday, I had like that gnarly headache. As you guys saw, I had 4 or 5 packets of electrolytes and my headache went away. How crazy is that? I would have never guessed. But so now I've just been trying to have electrolytes in every thingy that I like. What is this, a liter? This is a liter. So every liter I'll try and do 1 serving of electrolytes. And I mean, this is the one that I like. I don't know if it's locking into that, but I like this one. It doesn't taste like much, especially if you mix it in with more water. The more water you mix it in with, the better. If you try and take this straight to the dome, be wary. I do not recommend that. Then it won't taste good because it's got minerals. It's got calcium, magnesium, chromium, chloride, sodium, potassium, and Peruvian Mars salt. Other ingredients, deionized water. So it doesn't taste great just like that. So I recommend throwing it in some water. The more water, the better. This is 32 ounces, so I don't really taste it. And it doesn't smell or anything. It's just the minerals, like metals, that you taste in that little liquid. But that's what your body needs. That's the electrolytes. That's what's going to help you retain the water and not get those fucked up ass headaches that, you know, I was having a few days ago. So, and this is oh shit, I already put away, but I'm pretty sure that's way cheaper than buying, and it's way healthier than buying those like element packets or the liquid IV, just because those have like a bunch of other shit that your body doesn't really need. And then they have like the flavorings, which is also not great. So if you just want to keep it as natural as possible, as least amount of ingredients in your electrolytes, then that little bottle is away. And I'm sure they have other ones at different stores, but that's just the one that my store has, the Sprouts that is nearby. So if you see that one, try it. Don't have too much, because I did try and overdo it with electrolytes when I first started drinking them, and it sent me straight to the restroom. So don't recommend it, but I do recommend drinking the electrolytes, sticking to what the per serving says, and not have headaches. But anyways, that's enough of that. I'm gonna get this in because I'm tired and I had a solid arm workout, so now I gotta replenish those carbs. But this will be more than enough for today. But yeah, that's it. I will see you guys tomorrow for meal number 2, and we'll see what that is, because I definitely don't want to have potatoes again. They were delicious, but I think it was just a little inconvenient, because it's like, to make them, it took me 30 minutes to air fry them, and then it probably took me like another 20 minutes just to try and get them down. So this, I can get this whole thing down in like 10 minutes, probably less, like 5 minutes, especially like right now if I'm hungry. But I think we're good. See you guys tomorrow, and remember, stay consistent.